People associate cheesecake with New York, but it actually comes from Greece. The ancient Greeks served cheesecake to the athletes of the first Olympic Games in 776 BC. The Roman conquest spread the dessert across Europe, and many centuries later, European immigrants brought it to North America. The ancient Romans brought cheesecake to their temples as an offering to the gods. The cheese in cheesecake can be cottage, ricotta, Neuchâtel, or cream cheese. Their base, a butter cookie crust, similar to shortbread. For a batch of about 5 dozen cakes, this bakery combines 23 kilograms of butter with 4.5 kilos of sugar. Next, 16 egg whites, then 11 kilograms of flour. After mixing just long enough to incorporate the flour smoothly, the dough is transferred via conveyor belt to a vat. Gravity pushes the blob of dough out through a slot at the bottom, expelling a dough sheet about 0.5 centimeter thick. A dusting of flour prevents the dough from sticking, not just to the conveyor belt, but also to the rolling and cutting tools. This prickly roller perforates the dough sheet. The holes enable trapped air to escape during baking, which prevents the dough from shrinking and ensures a flat, bubble-free crust. The next roller has plastic circles that work like cookie cutters, slicing the dough into cake-sized discs. The leftover pieces go into new batches of dough. Each dough circle goes into a pan, then bakes at 190 degrees Celsius for 16 minutes. Meanwhile, the batter takes shape. For a batch of about 20 cakes, the bakery combines 11 kilograms of cream cheese with a kilo of cultured sour cream. That's sour cream processed a little longer than usual to give it more flavor. After slowly mixing in 7 kilograms of sugar and about 2.5 cups of flour, they blend in 3/4 cup of vanilla extract. Now they get cracking with 1.5 dozen whole eggs. That's the recipe for plain cheesecake. Flavored versions contain extra ingredients. This batter is caramel pecan. It goes with a chocolate cookie crust. As the baked crusts arrive, sprayers grease the inside of each pan with butter so that the cake will slide out easily after baking. Then a machine called a depositor shoots in just the right amount of batter. The pans now enter a tunnel-shaped oven that's 21 meters long. The temperature inside is 177 degrees Celsius. By the time the cakes exit at the other end, they're fully baked. These 25-centimeter wide cakes take just under an hour. From the oven, the cheesecakes go onto a cooling conveyor. By the time the hot cakes, up to 2,000 at a time, do the nearly hour-long circuit, they're at room temperature and ready to come out of their pans. From there, it's straight into the storage freezer, except for certain cheesecakes, which detour to the decoration department. There, this Belgian chocolate cheesecake gets a big squirt of chocolate ganache, a decadent mixture of chocolate and cream. Workers spread it all over, then make swirls with a decorating comb. And now, the final touch, a sprinkling of cocoa. Certain orders go into an automated cutting machine that divides each cake into 14 equal slices and inserts parchment paper in between them. Back at the decorating department, they're putting shards of chocolate on a mud pie, a combination chocolate souffle, chocolate cheesecake with pecans and a coffee mousse topping. You might want to put off that diet just one more day.
When Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake," she probably didn't mean those mini jelly logs. Still, in the realm of treats for the sweet tooth, snack cakes have been revolutionary. They're just the right size for a quick snack and individually wrapped to stay fresh. Veteran snackers will recognize this as a jelly log, a sponge cake rolled up with jam and a creamy filling. First, the factory bakes the sponge cake. It comes out of the oven in continuous strips. Those moving arms align the strips to receive the fillings. One machine then does it all. First, it deposits an even layer of cream filling, then blobs of strawberry jam. Now the rolling begins. One side of the cake strip runs against a metal guide. This lifts and folds over the edge. Then the cake strip runs against a second guide, which rolls it over some more. Now the machine cuts the continuous strip into separate cakes. Then an automated roller completes the logs. The jelly logs go into a conveyor belt that positions them closer together, aligning them for the next phases of production. They travel through a waterfall of strawberry-flavored syrup. This sticky coating acts as tasty glue to adhere the shredded coconut that showers them next. The conveyor belt shakes off the excess, which, like the excess strawberry syrup before, gets fed through the machine again. Now, if all this doesn't have your sweet tooth tingling yet, this next snack cake will. It's a chocolate cream cake covered in a chocolate coating. Production begins in the mixer, where they combine eggs, a vegetable oil mixture, flour, sugar, water, glucose, a liquid sweetener, and cocoa powder. The mixer blends the ingredients at high speed for 1 minute. Then it pumps the batter to a machine called the automated depositor, which squirts the batter into cake molds. The conveyor belt transports the mold pans to an oven where the batter bakes for 7 minutes. To achieve just the right texture, there's a very specific heating pattern. Once the pans exit the oven, a robot flips the cakes upside down onto a conveyor belt. It stacks the empty mold pans onto another conveyor that sends them back for more batter. Now the cakes flip right side up onto a wire conveyor belt. Air circulating between the wires cools the cakes. The next machine aligns the cakes in position for the next phases of production. First, thin blades saw the cakes in half. Then suction tubes remove the tops and place them next to the bottoms. Next, the machine drops a portion of cream filling on each bottom. The cream is about the consistency of margarine. As the feeder tube above each cake delivers it, a wire cutter slices off a piece about 6 millimeters thick. Then the suction tubes put the tops back on. Now the cakes pass through a shower of hot chocolate-flavored liquid. This coats the top and sides. At the same time, the cakes travel through a bath of the liquid. This coats the underside. Air jets blow off the excess. The cakes pass through a cooling tunnel. This hardens the chocolate-flavored coating. Then it's off to the packaging department. The cakes file into a sheet of polypropylene film. The machine seals, then cuts the film between each cake. This keeps each one fresh until snack time.